Today on MTG Unpacked, we're wrapping up our unboxings of Commander 2019 with Faceless Menace. So this is a black, green, blue deck. Let's check it out. So we have Cadena Slinking Sorcerer, one of these nice foil oversized cards. So we'll take a look at that in a moment. So Faceless Menace, since she fell out of favour among the Silumgar, Kadena has schemed from the shadows, waiting for her chance to reclaim her station. What do we get here? Deck box, 100 card deck with 17 new cards, 10 double-sided token cards, of course the foil oversized commander cards, strategy, insert and reference card. Alright, let's get stuck into it. And if you've not checked out the other unboxings in this series, I'll pop a link up in the corner there. You can see the Commander playlist. So we have the 2019 decks there, along with a bunch of others from recent years. Okay, so nice deck box. Let's take a look at the foil. And these are always a lot of fun. Cadena Slinking Sorcerer, legendary creature, Naga Wizard, 3/3 for 4. The first face down creature spell you cast each turn costs 3 less to cast. And whenever a face down creature enters the battlefield under your control, draw a card. Some fantastic foiling on that one. So if you're not aware, the mechanic for this one is morph. So we're going to see a lot of morphing goodness. And here's the deck. Got a nice convenient container there to put your deck in. And let's take a look at the flyer here. Commander Faceless Menace. So the primary commander is Cadenas Slinking Sorcerer. We also have secondary commanders of Rayami and Vollrath. So here we're talking about the morph mechanic. Alright, and a bit about commander rules. 100 card deck, 40 card life. If you're not familiar with that, okay, Cadena Slinking Sorcerer, Rayami, First of the Fallen, Vollrath, the Shape Stealer, and Griswold, the Dread Sower. That's pretty cool. Okay, so we'll get stuck into this. And I must say, my favorite deck is still the Rakdos one, the first one. What is it? Merciless Rage. Big fan of that color combo. Okay, so now we will dig through. We like to take a look at the mana base to get things started here. And we'll get stuck into the deck. And incidentally, all 4 decks, it cost me $125 or $136 with the tax included. So it can be a little pricey. I think they're actually out of stock a lot of places. So if you find them, you might want to snap up any of the decks that you're after. Okay, we start off with Darkwater Catacombs. It's a land, pay 1 and tap. You can add blue and black to your mana pool. Exotic Orchard, this one's come up in all the others actually. Tap, add 1 mana of any color that a land opponent controls could produce. Llanowar Wastes, it's a land, tap, add colorless mana. You can tap, add blue or green. It deals 1 damage to you. Shrine of Forsaken Gods. So this is a land, tap colorless mana. We can tap, add 2 colorless mana. Spend this mana only to cast color spells. Activate this ability only if you control 7 or more lands. Alright, Sunken Hollow. So it's a island swamp. Tap for blue or black. Enters the battlefield tapped unless you control 2 or more basic lands. Thespian Stage. Tap for colorless mana, pay 2 and tap. It becomes a copy of target land, except it has this ability. Yavimaya Coast. Land, tap for colorless mana, or tap it for green or blue, and it deals 1 damage to you. And we have some islands here, so just 1 island, okay, sure. Swamps, 1, 2, 3 swamps. And I'm expecting some other random lands scattered through here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 forests. Whoa. Okay. Next we have Ash Barrens, a land. Tap for colorless mana. Basic land, cycling 1. So pay 1, discard this card. You get to search your library for a basic land card. Reveal it, put it into your hand, and shuffle your library. This has come up in a bunch of the other decks as well. Bojuka Bog. Enters battlefield tapped, and when it enters battlefield, exile all cards from target player's graveyard. You can tap it for black mana there. Command Tower, this is another popular one. We've seen this in all the other decks. Tap, add 1 mana of any color in your commander's color identity. Demir Aqueduct enters battlefield tapped, and when it enters battlefield, return a land you control to its owner's hand. You can add blue and black. And you'll notice a lot of these lands enter tapped, so you might consider swapping them out for some of the pricier lands, maybe some fetch lands or shock lands or something. Evolving Wilds, just searching your library for a basic land. Foul Orchard enters tapped, of course. Add black or green. Golgari Guildgate, black or green, enters tapped. Golgari Rot Farm enters battlefield tapped. And when it enters battlefield, return a land you control to its owner's hand. You can add black and green. Jungle Hollow enters battlefield tapped. And when it enters battlefield, you gain 1 life. You can tap it for black or green. Myriad Landscape, this is another one we've seen in the other decks. Enters battlefield tapped. You can tap it for colorless mana, pay 2 and tap, sack it. Search your library for up to 2 basic land cards that share a land type. Put them onto battlefield tapped, then shuffle your library. Opulent Palace enters tapped, but you can get black, green, or blue out of this one. Reliquary Tower, this is a nice one. You have no maximum hand size. Cool. Tap, add colorless mana. Simic Growth Chamber enters tapped, and when it enters battlefield, return land you control to its owner's hand. You can tap it for green and blue. Simic Guildgate, green and blue, enters tapped again. Temple of the False God. Tap, add 2 colorless mana, activate this ability only if you control 5 or more lands. Terramorphic Expanse, you can tap, sack it, search your library for a basic land card, put it onto battlefield, tap, then shuffle your library. Thornwood Falls, so here's another one. Blue or green, enters tapped, and when it enters battlefield, you gain 1 life. Woodland Stream, blue and green, or blue or green, enters tapped. And what is your favorite Magic format? Clearly it is Commander, if you are watching this video. Okay, let's dig in here. Here's some random islands that are just stuck in the middle. So there's another 4 to add to the collection. Let's take a look at the deck proper here. We have Cadenas Slinking Sorcerer, regular size card. We took a look at that one earlier. Which is your preferred one, the oversized or the regular card? Leave a note in the comments. And another mythic, Rayami, First of the Fallen, legendary creature, vampire, 5/4 for 4. If a non-token creature would die, exile that card with a blood counter on it instead. Ooh. As long as an exiled creature card with a blood counter on it has flying, Rayami, First of the Fallen has flying. The same is true for First Strike, Double Strike, Death Touch, Haste, Hexproof, Indestructible, Lifelink, Menace, Protection, Reach, Trample, and Vigilance. Holy moly, that is crazy. Vollrath, the Shape Stealer, legendary creature, Shapeshifter, 7/5 for 5 mana. At the beginning of combat on your turn, put a -1/-1 counter on up to 1 target creature, and you pay 1 until your next turn. It becomes a copy of target creature with a counter on it, except it's 7/5, and it has this ability. Okay, so some more legendaries there, and then we've got a bunch of tokens. So let's sort through those. What do we get? So we've got Saplings, Assassin, a couple of those, plants, and these are double-sided. Snakes, Morph token, a couple of those, Manifest. Okay, so we'll keep our eyes peeled for the cards that generate those tokens. Okay, we have a Leadership Vacuum. So target player returns each commander they control from the battlefield to the command zone. Draw a card. Maya in Misery, each opponent sacks a creature or enchantment. Voice of Many. When Voice of Many enters battlefield, draw a card for each opponent who controls fewer creatures than you. Scare Tiller, we've seen this guy a bunch of times already. When it becomes tapped, choose one. You may put a land card from your hand onto the battlefield tapped. Return target land card from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. Echoing Truth, return target non-land permanent and all other permanents with the same name as that permanent to their owner's hands. Reality Shift. Exile target creature, its controller manifests the top card of their library. What on earth is that? The player puts the top card of their library onto the battlefield face down as a 2/2 creature. If it's a creature card, it can be turned face up anytime for its mana cost. Okay. I feel like that could be a little confusing. Tezzeret's Gambit. So this one has Phyrexian mana, which can be paid with either, in this case, blue or 2 life. So you've got to pay attention to the color there. Draw 2 cards and proliferate. So proliferate is choose any number of permanents and or players and give each another counter of each kind already there. Willbender. Creature human wizard 1/2 for 2. Morph 1 and a blue. And that's cast this card face down as a 2/2 creature for 3. Turn it face up anytime for its morph cost. And when it's turned face up, change a target of a target spell or ability with a single target. Skin Thinner. What the heck? Creature zombie morph for 3 and 2 black. When it's turned face up, destroy a target non-black creature. It can't be regenerated. And we've got a Enoch Survivalist, Hound Shaman. Does anybody have a Hound deck? And this has Megamorph. 1 and a green. You may cast this card face down as a 2/2 creature for 3. Turn it face up anytime for its Megamorph cost. And put a +1/+1 counter on it. When Enoch Survivalist is turned face up, destroy target artifact or enchantment an opponent controls. Cultivate. So I think we saw this in the previous deck. Search your library for up to 2 basic land cards, reveal them, put them onto the battlefield tapped, or put 1 onto the battlefield tapped and the other into your hand, then shuffle your library. We have Explore. You may play an additional land this turn, draw a card, very nice for ramping that one. Farseek. Search your library for a plains, island, swamp or mountain card and put it onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffle your library. Great Oak Guardian. Creature Treefolk has flash and reach. When it enters the battlefield, creatures target player controls get +2/+2 until end of turn. Untap them. This guy's cool. Nantuko Vigilante. Creature Insect Druid Mutant. That's quite a tribe. Morph for 1 and a green. When it's turned face up, destroy target artifact or enchantment. And we got the Secure Tribe Elder. I believe that's new artwork. You sack it, search your library for a basic land card, put it onto the battlefield tap, then shuffle your library. Icefeather Avon. Bird Shaman, flying, morph, 1 a green and a blue, and when it's turned face up, you may return another target creature to its owner's hand. Putrefy. Destroy target artifact or creature. It can't be regenerated. Secret Plans. Face down creatures you control get +0/+1, and whenever opponent you control is turned face up, draw a card. So that's one of the Rakshasa. Thought I recognized that. Sultai Charm. So that's the color combo here. Black, green, blue. Choose 1, destroy target monocolored creature, destroy target artifact or enchantment, or draw 2 cards, then discard a card. Urban Evolution. Draw 3 cards. You may play an additional land this turn. And why am I not surprised? All of these decks have had the Soul Ring. Pretty much every commander deck has one. Because it's so good. Tap to add 2 colorless mana. And Thran Dynamo. So this is an artifact for 4. Tap to add 3 colorless mana. Nice. That's a nice inclusion. You could probably chuck that in any of the other decks as well. That would be very useful. Okay, now the second half, we have Cadenas Silencer. When it's turned face up, counter all abilities your opponents control. It has Megamorph, 1 and a blue. So we learned about Megamorph previously. Sudden Substitution. Has split second as long as the spell is on the attack. On the stack, players can't cast spells or activate abilities that aren't mana abilities. Exchange control of target non-creature spell and target creature, then the spell's controller may choose new targets for it. Some fun artwork on that one. Thought Sponge. Flash, 1/1 for 4. Enters battlefield with a number of +1/+1 counters on equal to the greatest number of cards an opponent has drawn this turn. And when it dies, draw cards equal to its power. Gift of Doom. Enchantment aura. Enchant creature. Enchanted creature has death touch and indestructible. And you can morph. And the cost there is sacrifice another creature. As Gift of Doom is turned face up, you may attach it to a creature. Nice. Thieving Amalgam. Amalgam, there we are. Creature Ape Snake. What the heck is this? 6/7 for 7. Beginning of each opponent's upkeep, you may manifest the top card of that player's library. Whenever a creature you control but don't own dies, its owner loses 2 life and you gain 2 life. That's probably one of the weirder creatures I've seen today. Apex Altasaur. It's a dino. When it enters the battlefield, it fights up to 1 target creature you don't control. Has Enrage. Whenever it's dealt damage, it fights up to 1 target creature you don't control. And this is a massive dude. 10/10 for 9 mana. Holy cow. Road of Return. Choose 1. Return target permanent card from your graveyard to your hand. Put your command into your hand from the command zone. Has Entwine 2, so you get to choose both if you pay the Entwine cost. Here he is, Griswold the Dread Sower. We saw him earlier on the flyer. Legendary creature, Troll Shaman. We have been trolled. 3/3 for 3 has Trample at the beginning of your end step. Each player creates a 1/1 green plant creature token. And whenever a creature token dies, put a +1/+1 counter on Griswold the Dread Sower. That seems like it would get out of control in a hurry. Next we have Pendant of Prosperity. Artifact enters the battlefield under the control of an opponent of your choice. Pay 2, tap, draw a card. Then you may put a land card from your hand onto the battlefield. And its owner draws a card. Then that player may put a land card from their hand onto the battlefield. Next up we have Scroll of Fate. Tap, manifest a card from your hand. Okay, Ghastly Conscription. Mythic. So this is a sorcery for 7. Exile all creature cards from target player's graveyard in a face down pile. Shuffle that pile, then manifest those cards. Alright, Death Mist Raptor. Another dino here with Death Touch. Whenever an opponent you control is turned face up, you may return Death Mist Raptor from your graveyard to the battlefield face up or face down. It has Megamorph 4 and a green. And of course, what would Magic be without Hydras? Hooded Hydra! Snake Hydra enters the battlefield with X +1/+1 counters on it. And when Hooded Hydra dies, create a 1/1 green snake creature token for each +1/+1 counter on it. That's fun. Morph for 3 and 2 green. And as Hooded Hydra is turned face up, put 5 +1/+1 counters on it. And he is a 0/0. So you've got to pay the cost there, X, depending on what you want. And a Planeswalker, Vraska the Unseen. Legendary Planeswalker, Vraska 5 loyalty for 5. Her +1 to your next turn. Whenever a creature deals combat damage to Vraska the Unseen, destroy that creature. -3, destroy target non-land permanent. And -7, create 3 1/1 Black Assassin creature tokens with. Whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, that player loses the game. That is pretty crazy. Alright. Nice game finisher. Chrome Shell Crab. Creature Crab Beast. Morph for 4 and a blue. When it's turned face up, you may exchange control of target creature you control and target creature an opponent controls. And next we have Ixodron. As it enters the battlefield, turn all other non-token creatures face down. So they're 2/2 creatures. And its power and toughness are each equal to the number of face down creatures on the battlefield. So that's why you've got the star there. Keru Spell Snatcher. Morph for 4 and 2 blue. When it's turned face up, counter target spell. If that spell is countered this way, exile it instead of putting it into its owner's graveyard. You may cast that card without paying its mana cost for as long as it remains exiled. And Stratus Dancer. Jin Monk. Flying. Megamorph 1 and a blue. When it's turned face up, counter target instant or sorcery spell. 1000 Winds. Another one with Flying. Megamorph 5 and 2 blue. When it's turned face up, return all other tapped creatures to their owner's hands. And now we've got a Vesuvian Shapeshifter. As it enters the battlefield or is turned face up, you may choose another creature on the battlefield. If you do, until Vesuvian Shapeshifter is turned face down, it becomes a copy of that creature, except it has At the beginning of your upkeep, you may turn this creature face down, morph it for 1 and a blue. Oh, this one's a nice one. Bane of the Living, get a load of that. Morph for X and 2 black. When it's turned face up, all creatures get -X until end of turn. Nice. Grim Haruspex. Morph for a single black. Whenever another non-token creature you control dies, draw a card. Hex. Destroy 6 target creatures. I like that, and it costs 6 as well, so nice theme there. Silumgar Assassin. Creatures with power greater than Silumgar Assassin's power can't block it. And Megamorph for 2 and a black. And when it's turned face up, destroy target creature with power 3 or less an opponent controls. Now we're moving on to some green here. Den Protector. Creatures with power less than Den Protector's power can't block it. Has Megamorph 1 and a green. When it's turned face up, return target land or target card from your graveyard to your hand. Overwhelming Stampede. Until end of turn, creatures you control gain trample and get +X, where X is the greatest power among creatures you control. So that'd be good even in a, if you've got a creature stompy deck or something, you can put that one in. Seedborn Muse, creature spirit, 2/4 for 5. Untap all permanents you control during each other player's untapped step. Tempt with Discovery. So this has Tempting Offer. Search your library for a land card, put it onto the battlefield. Each opponent may search a library for a land card and put it onto the battlefield. For each opponent who searches the library this way, search your library for a land card and put it onto the battlefield. Okay, so you get more lands if they choose to get some as well. Then each player who searched the library this way shuffles it. Thelonite Hermit. Creature, Elf, Shaman. All saplings get +1/+1. Okay, morph for 3 and 2 green. And when Thelonite Hermit is turned face up, create 4 1/1 green sapling creature tokens. Trail of Mystery. Whenever a face-down creature enters the battlefield under your control, you may search your library for a basic land card, reveal it, put it into your hand, and shuffle your library. And whenever a opponent you control is turned face up, if it's a creature, it gets +2/+2 until end of turn. Now we've got some blue and green. Biomass Mutation. Creatures you control have base power and toughness XX until end of turn. We've got some sort of Godzilla thing going on here. Hilarious. Bounty of the Luxor. Beginning of your pre-combat main phase. Remove all flood counters from Bounty of the Luxor. If no counters are removed this way, put a flood counter on Bounty of the Luxor and draw a card. Otherwise, add colorless mana, green and blue. Okay, last couple of cards here. We have Segu Mauler, creature beast with trample and hexproof, morph for 3 green and blue. And finally, yep, Strionic Resonator. So this is an artifact for 2, pay 2, tap, copy target triggered ability you control. You may choose new targets for the copy. Alright, so that is the deck, Faceless Menace with the morph mechanic. And you might want to check out some of the other videos in the Commander playlist. They each have different mechanics. What else did we have? So we had Flashback, Populate, and Madness. So those are the various mechanics on offer here. Leave a note in the comments. Are you planning to pick up any of these decks? What do you think? On the whole, I think they're probably a bit stronger than 2018, although not quite as good as 2017. They could have beefed up the value a bit in some of the lands, and some of these other cards are a little underwhelming. Could have put some more staples in there. So let me know what you think, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button for more Magic the Gathering unboxings, and be sure to tap the notification bell to be notified as soon as new videos are released. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.